this tutorial, we will cover the creation of the SIEMonster user that you will use for deployment of the SIEMonster V5 stack in AWS Marketplace. Please note that you can skip the user portion. If you're using an admin user to do the deployment, you will still have to do the license manager piece. First, you need to create the group. Now you need to provide administrative access to the group. Next, you will create a new user and add that user to this new group. Now you need to enable console access for this user. And log in as this user to perform the SIEMonster deployment. The following is a tutorial on how to deploy SIEMonster V5 in the AWS Marketplace. Please ensure to follow all the steps exactly as indicated so that you have a successful deployment. The first step is to ensure that the license manager role has been added. The next step is to locate SIEMonster in the marketplace. Select the SIEMonster Security Monitoring Platform. Click on Continue to subscribe. Accept the terms and conditions. Continue to configuration. Select the SIEMonster top option for the simple deployment. Click Continue to launch. Choose Action, Launch CloudFormation. Click Launch. Click Next. Enter your stack name. Select your DNS root zone. Set the Bastion SSH access. Add any preferred IP ranges and set your admin password. Please note this password for later use. Name your cluster. Check that all the parameters are correct. Select all the acknowledge buttons and click submit. The stack and the tenant will now be created. Wait for this to complete. Once completed, you can access this by using the stack name followed by the DNS root node. Specify your username and password that you wish to use. Click Setup and wait 30 seconds. Do not reload the page at this point. Log in with the supplied credentials. And your central stack has now been deployed. In this section, we will cover provisioning an additional tenant, as well as adding a user that will be able to access that tenant directly. To proceed, click on the little admin shortcut in the left bar, and then click on Tenants at the top. Click the plus sign at the top right corner. Specify a tenant name. Click Confirm. Click on the 3-button menu, go to Cluster and click on Provision into Cluster, confirm. Go to your AWS console if you would like to track the progress. All assets are automatically created by the deployment. You can view the status of the stacked component deployment. You can refresh it at the top. Tenant nodes are now deployed. You can check the status of your OpenSearch domain creation. Your tenant will now show provisioned. Now you can go to users, click on the plus in the top right corner, specify an email address for the new user, specify a password, and finally click add. Now the user will require roles. Click on the user, select the roles from the drop-down list on the right hand side. There are various to choose from. We're doing this specifically for the demo tenant. Click on the plus sign next to it. Select the next role to assign. Click the plus sign next to it. Your roles have now been successfully created, and you are able to log in with the created user. Specify the username that you created and specify the password that you chose. You will note at the top left on the address bar that it has the tenant domain listed there. So this is a direct login into the tenant itself, not into the overall multi-tenant aspect. That concludes the tenant deployment as well as the user creation for the tenant. Please note there are no limitations. You can create as many as you like. Please see docs.SIEMonster.com for further information and other steps that you can complete.